UNIFI makes it easy for you to find content and load it into a project. There are 4 main ways to find content: search by fields or REVIT parameter data, browse, and saved searches. Let's say that I'm a designer and I'm looking for a REVIT family to put into my project. In this case, I want to add a chair. The first way that I can find a chair family is by using the search feature. First, I'll click on the magnifying glass in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Next, I'll type in chair. Now, heads up, the platform defaults to the most recently searched library. However, you can easily edit default search libraries and channel subscriptions. And now I can view my results. If I click on the View icon in the upper right side of the screen, I can view the metadata. This tells me star ratings, tags, which libraries it belongs to, and more. If I need more information on this chair, I click on the name to view more. I can click on the tabs to view the different family types and the parameter data before bringing it into my project or even opening it in REVIT. Once I've confirmed that this is the family that I want in this project, I can click on the thumbnail image. UNIFI then downloads that family from the cloud and loads it into my current REVIT project. It immediately puts me into the placement view in REVIT to allow me to place the family into my project. I can use my cursor to select where I want that family in my project. Once I'm done, I can hit Escape to return back to my search window. Now, heads up, in addition to our REVIT add-in, we also have add-ins for AutoCAD, Civil 3D, and MicroStation. This means you can insert content from your libraries as well as upload content to your libraries from these applications. Let's look at one more example. In this case, let's say that I'm an engineer and I'm looking for a pipe. I'm going to type pipe into the search bar. Remember that I can click on the title to review some of the parameter data. In this case, I know this is what I want, so I can simply click on the thumbnail image here in the search results and it will insert the family into my project. Just like before, UNIFI has downloaded the pipe family from the cloud and loaded it to my current project so that I can begin modeling it immediately. The main benefit of the search function is that it allows me to find content in a variety of ways, such as searching for content file name, type name, category, tag, and parameter. Another useful aspect of the search lookup is the Common Industry Synonyms feature. This prevents me from having to type in a specific word to get a specific result. For example, if I type in AHU, I'll get the same search results as if I typed in air handler. Let's take a moment to explain the tagging system. Tags are a way to group content together using metadata. You can look at tags as a way to subcategorize your content, similar to subfolders, except each piece of content can be assigned multiple tags, which makes it easier for users to find content in multiple ways. You'll see that this air handling unit has the tags air handling units, airside components, DIV23 HVAC, healthcare, and more. From here, I can click on a tag to find all content that share the same tag, or I can alternatively type in square brackets in the search bar. You'll notice that UNIFI automatically auto-completes my search by giving me some options by listing all of the tags that exist in libraries as I type. Healthcare-related content is exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm going to select that. There's also a helpful filter function that allows me to filter content by family category, star rating, and more. If I like search techniques that I've used, UNIFI allows me to save that search for the future. For example, let's say that I searched for healthcare, bed, using both a tag and file name. If I want to save that search technique, I just click on the Save icon. Now let's look at how to find content using the Browse feature. Click on the folder icon in the upper left-hand corner. What you see here is a list of libraries that you've been given access to as a user. In addition to your libraries, which are your internal content, you also have channels, which are ways for other content providers to share their libraries with you. Providers such as Legrand, Herman Miller, and BIM Store. These companies, whether they are manufacturers or BIM content providers, are able to share their own content with UNIFI users at no additional cost to you. Let's go back to Libraries and click on the Architecture library. The main benefit of the Browse feature is that content is automatically grouped by model category, so there are no subfolders to sift through. What we are seeing here is all of the content within this library. And it's important to note that I didn't have to create these as subfolders. For REVIT families, we automatically group them by the model category. As you probably noticed, we store multiple file types here. So if it's a different file type other than a REVIT family, we group them by file extensions such as 3ds, doc, DWG, or PDF. Let's look at the materials category. You'll see here that the materials are grouped by material class. I'm going to click on wood for my project. There are quite a few materials in that class. I can use the star ratings and tags to help me determine if this is the material I want. I can also click on the name of one item and view even more information. I can view material properties such as surface patterns and cut patterns, appearance, and even some physical and thermal properties. To add this material to my project, I simply click on the thumbnail image. The third way that you can search for content is by searching by parameter data. You can conduct a granular search through REVIT family data using the Search REVIT Parameters feature. With this feature, you can search for a specific parameter value or find all content where a specific parameter exists. For example, I'm going to select Search REVIT Parameters, just below the search bar. Under parameter name, I'm going to put voltage. And under parameter value, I'm going to indicate that I want 120.000 volts. And now I can view the results based on that parameter data. The fourth search method you could do in UNIFI is the saved search. The saved search feature increases efficiency for your team by allowing you to create predefined search criteria so that users no longer have to type in search queries with complex filters or remember how to find content by browsing through libraries and model categories. Let's start by clicking on the saved search icon on the left side of the screen. We'll click here on Architecture and then Fire Rated Wall. This is a saved search where the admin has identified a set of families here that are maybe less intuitive to find using the other search methods. For example, there isn't a Fire Rated Wall tag, or the title doesn't include the words Fire Rated Wall. An admin has pre-identified which libraries this applies to, filtered categories, excluded items, and more. This prevents your team from having to remember which library or which model categories certain families belong to, or even which tag to search for. So let's quickly recap the 4 search methods that allow users to easily find content in the cloud and load it into their project. The standard search helps users find content by file name, type name, category, and tag. You can also search REVIT parameter data to find a specific parameter value or all content where a specific parameter exists. Browse allows users to find content that is automatically grouped by model category without having to sift through subfolders. And lastly, save searches prevent users from having to type in queries with complex filters or remember how to find specific content.